Elmo arrested, chat. He was hired to play the Elmo character, and he did. But when a 911 caller thought a crime was committed, the man playing Elmo was arrested. Should he have been? It's tonight's Help Me, Howard. Let's go, baby.
He was hired to play the Elmo character, and he did. But when a 911 caller thought a crime was committed, the man playing Elmo was arrested.
Should he have been? It's tonight's Help Me, Howard with Patrick Frazier.
Thank you, Patrick.
Darren is an actor. Commercials, reality shows, bad guy in a TV show. He can do it all.
It's actually really cool and it's very exciting. I could be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever they have me do.
Recently, an agent called to see if he wanted to dress up as a
He does look like Ruffalo, doesn't he?
I'm going to be playing Elmo in the daycare.
He plays Hulk during... Yo, he plays Hulk on screen, Elmo during his off time of the MCU, chat. Legit. He is Elmo on his off time.
Darren said yes, excited because it wasn't going to be taped. Yo, Elmo! It was live.
So everything is filmed as they go. So it's like totally live stream. That's why they call it live streamers.
It was actually 2 shows. In one, Darren acted like he was kidnapped without the costume. In the other, he played with kids as Elmo at a daycare.
I was like, hey, you know what? I'm up for anything.
The creators of the live stream had written free candy on the side of the van. They planned to drive to meet parents to see what their children would say when they got candy with Elmo tied up in the van.
I'm in the Elmo costume, and I'm tied like this.
None of this sounds like a good idea. Beach bums. Poor Mark. Elmo costume is kind of scary. This is a horror. This is... What the fuck? How do you think the parents are going to react to this?
So I'm laying like this in the back of the U-Haul van.
As they head to the location, you can see Elmo's in the back. And the live camera, which never goes off, shows what happened 5 minutes into the drive.
Oh my God.
So I could hear them saying, oh my God, there's cops coming.
This is a step up for sure.
It's part of the skit.
As you can see and hear, the people in BSO uniforms were not part of the skit.
Oh my, get out of the car now!
But in the back of the van, Darren still thought they were actors doing a great job.
I'm like, oh, this is real. They really got it going good now. Like they set up cops and everything. I thought it was all staged.
Then the doors of the van opened.
And I see this cop there, like with his gun and all that. Took my Elmo head off. He unties me, and then he says, get on the ground now.
Darren realized this was not a skit, it was real.
They had helicopters flying. They said massive ground patrol.
Elmo, aka Darren, was arrested along with the 3 people in the front of the U-Haul.
They had helicopters. Bro, I mean, let's be real. What the fuck did you expect putting free candy on a white van? Right?
Darren tried to explain he didn't set this show up.
And I said, look, I'm a paid actor. I'm not part of the production or anything like that. My agency sent me here.
Make it blue.
Didn't matter to the deputies. Darren got out of his Elmo costume and was taken to jail.
So now I'm in a cell with all these wacky people. One guy's like gonna eat us, he says, and he's freaking out.
A few hours later, Darren was released and called his wife to tell her where he had been.
She's like, you were doing your job and you got arrested? And I was like, yeah, and as an Elmo.
You want to laugh, but Darren says the disorderly conduct charge has stopped some production companies from hiring him.
I was a paid actor.
I mean, can you blame the companies, though? Now he shall eat the Warden burger. Oh my God, is that the comment of the night right there? I don't know. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to put myself in the company's shoes. I think if you saw the video, you'd be a little more open with hiring him. But if you like read disorderly conduct, and if you read the report and you see person driving around in white van with free candy in Elmo costume in the back of the car tied up, it's kind of a tough hire, especially when I'm sure there's a lot of other candidates without that.
Actor to be Elmo. I don't think I did anything wrong. I literally went to a job.
Well, Howard, did Darren, dressed as Elmo, commit a crime?
No, he didn't. The police responded as they should have to a kidnapping case. But now, 2 months later, after the facts have become clear, the state attorney should see there is no crime and drop the charges against Darren in his role as Elmo.
Keep in mind, this happened 18 hours ago, y'all. 18 hours ago, okay? So, obviously, we're not gonna see anything probably for a few weeks, month or 2 months, probably a couple months. Honestly, Coconut, If you did that, Florida would be a TikTok playground, let me tell you. It already is. That's why GTA chose us as the next city. Is he wearing somebody else's face as his face, though?
The Broward Sheriff's Office and state attorney would not comment on an open case. The police officer's report said the skit put law enforcement officers in danger, and that a 911 caller said they looked in the van and saw a juvenile with his hands tied.
How are the officers in danger? Just curious here.
Darren says the video shows he was the only person in the back of the van. And then Eric Schwartzwright agreed to defend Darren in his Elmo case.
Acorns.
To charge him with a breach of the peace, it makes no sense. And again, I'll get a lot of cheesy analogies here. Perhaps they weren't tickled by this, but it should never have been a crime, and it's certainly not a breach of the peace.
That's black hair on him,
Darren
man.
is facing 60 days in jail. Eric says Darren will plead not guilty and asks that the charges be dismissed.
I just feel it's wrong. I shouldn't be in this predicament in the first place.
So it is our intention and our hope that this case doesn't go any further, doesn't see any more light of the day, and that we are going to free Elmo.
And what about the
We're gonna free Elmo. I think he's gonna win. I think he's gonna win, y'all. I really do.
3 people who were in front of the van producing the skit? They face the same charges as Darren. We'll be in court as Eric and Darren try to end this Elmo saga.
We will cover that as soon as we fucking find out the results, chat. I promise you, we're gonna keep tabs on this one. What do y'all think? Free Elmo 2024, Coconut. What do y'all think? Guilty or non-guilty in the chat for this guy? Guilty or non-guilty, y'all? For all Mark Elmo Ruffalo, y'all. Guilty or not guilty? Elmo is Hall of Fame. Is this Florida news? Oh my God, it is Florida news. Whoa! God bless you, Florida.